Welcome back to Workshop Wasteland. In today's video, we're going to be machining the muffler for our PM Research Red Wing air-cooled engine. It's going to look something exactly like this when we are done. This is the muffler, and it went very well. I do have a question, two questions actually. First question, what color should we powder coat this engine and all of its components? Or maybe what series or combination of colors? I'm kind of thinking some sort of a deep dark red color. That's kind of where my mind is going. It should make the brass accents of this engine pop really well, and then maybe some black parts and pieces along the way. So I'm leaning towards red. Curious what you think. Second question, this cast iron is very, very hard. And I did a little bit of research, and it seems as though you can heat it up to kind of anneal it. It apparently could have gotten too chilled while it was casting, or while they were casting these parts, or whoever casted them for PM Research, and that made it get very hard. This is extremely hard. It actually ate up carbide inserts, which kind of blew my mind. Cast iron is typically super easy to machine. So if you know a fail-safe or a for-sure way to anneal cast iron, I would like to try that before I start machining any of the other parts and pieces that also appear to be pretty darn hard. So if you know of a way to do it, please go down in the comments. Let me know what I can do to hopefully anneal this for the future for the other machining operations, as well as go down in the comments and let me know what color you think I should use, or what combination of colors you think I should use. But without further ado, if you haven't subscribed, you definitely want to. This is going to be an awesome engine build series. Hopefully in the end we have an operational engine, and I'm going to document each and every step right here on YouTube for you to check out. So if you haven't subscribed, this would be a great time to do it. Otherwise, let's jump right into the live action and get this muffler machined. Thanks for watching. Alright, I got the first half of the muffler, or the exhaust, whatever you want to call it, clamped up here in the lathe. It's not running absolutely perfect, but it's well within good enough for what this is. Again, this is just the muffler, so it doesn't need to be anything too crazy. We need to drill a hole through it, and this is going to get tapped for 1/8 inch NPT. You can see once again I have a rag down to try and catch some of this cast iron dirt, because it's really hard on the ways of the lathe, and I don't want to have to constantly wipe it off. So I'm going to use a piece of cloth. And they say cast iron is self-lubricating, so I'm not going to use any lube on this while I'm drilling. I guess the graphite in cast iron lubricates pretty well. I'm intentionally stepping up through a couple different size drill bits here to hopefully keep a nice concentric hole. Okay, last bit. This is a letter R drill. That's our hole drilled through. Now the next thing we need to do is face this off until we are 1/8 of an inch thick. Yep, until we have a thickness of 1/8 of an inch. So right here is the thickness that we're aiming for, so we have a lot to take off. I think that's a good bit more than 1/8. Okay, we're at about 275 right now. So we got a good little bit to take off of that. Make sure my rag's not going to get kicked up into the chuck jaws here. Better switch over to a piece of carbide, because that fire scale on cast iron is so darn hard. Once you get cut through that scale, it's really easy to turn cast iron, but before that, man, it's really hard to get through it. Make sure the chuck jaws are good and tight. Well, my. That is one hard piece of cast iron. Almost feel like I need to grind through it. That's a good carbide insert, and it's not even really touching it. This is an insert designed to cut aluminum, but it's really sharp. My oh my, that is some tough cast iron. I think maybe you can heat this up, and that'll get you through the hard fire scale. I've never tried that, but I have to wonder if this wouldn't have been a good time to try it. We're at about 160 right now. It's holding out pretty darn consistently for thickness here, as best as you can measure it. 30. Leave us a little cleanup cut. I hope all of the cast isn't going to be this hard. Let me take off 7 more. That's perfect. $124.5. $126. $126. Pretty darn good. So normally you would be able to run your tap through here and just tap this entire hole, but since it's a pipe tap or 1/8 inch pipe threads, it's tapered, so we need to tap it from the back side of this part, which is completely okay, easy enough to do. But what I'm going to do because of that is I'm just going to barely clean up this outer edge, and then I'll be able to, if I need to, grab it in the chuck and tap it. See if this insert will even get through that. It's definitely got a hard spot in it. Okay, that's about all we can do in this setup for this part. Our hole came out pretty darn centered. Not unhappy at all about that. And we got it faced off. Switch over to the other half. Okay, so for the other half of this, it's actually a pretty difficult piece to hold because we need to turn this inside lip down. So what I'm doing is just pinching it against my vice jaws in hopes that it will hold like I need it to. No guarantees that this works, but I feel reasonably confident in the setup, and I'm going to give it a try. Let's see what happens here. We're doing the same thing. We're turning this down to 1/8 again. The fire scale on this is hard. Yeah, you could hear the difference right there once I got through the hard part into the softer cast iron. We're at about 211, 212 right there. Okay, last pass. All right, there's that. That worked, but that was by no means the best setup there, but we were able to get it faced off, and that's all that matters. It's pretty hot. On to some drilling. Got our one half of this exhaust clamped into the milling vise. Got a scrap piece of aluminum that's machined flat under it, and I'm using a drill bit to get my center, and then we need to drill 3 holes on an 1 5/8 circle, bolt circle, 1 5/8, which I already have set up in my DRO here. So we can just go to these 3 locations, spot drill, and drill with a number 30 drill. Okay, move to our next hole location here. While we're here, I'm going to center back up and tap this hole. Check and make sure our nipple thread's into this, which I think it will. It's just plenty snug. Yeah, I think that'll go in there just fine. And if need be, I can run the tap in a little bit deeper. Since it's tapered, we can tap some more threads, but now at least have a good starting point. And that's all we can do with this setup. I'm going to drill and tap those holes onto the other piece now by lining it up visually. Something like that. Just going to center punch and then drill them and tap them, and that'll be that whole exhaust piece done. We're going to chuck it up in the lathe and clean up both of those faces together. I'll show you that in the lathe. I'm not going to show you drilling the other 3 holes because it's pretty self-explanatory. Alright, got this all bolted together. I'm just going to clean up this edge and make both of the pieces the same diameter. It's probably going to run out a little bit because I'm clamped onto the exhaust pipe in the center of it, but that's okay. Got a little bit of room till I hit the bolt heads. That's what I was worried about. That looks pretty good right there. I think we're going to do a short pass with some power feed and call it good. Yep, I think we're going to quit right there before we run into an actual problem due to the fact of how hard that back piece is. Hit this with a little bit of sandpaper. And there we go. This is going to get split, and there's going to be some washers put in there as spacers. I don't know if the washers are included in the hardware kit, but that's what we end up with right there. One completed muffler.